This lesson is about keeping the translation natural when retelling the story. Translation is retelling, as exactly as possible, the meaning of the original source text in a way that is natural in the target language. Ellis Dabler, the author of A Translation for Translators, 2008, writes, "The scriptures were originally written in the language of the common people. They were written with the expectation that the recipients could and would understand the meaning clearly." The goals of translation are to translate the source language text so that the message is clear to those that speak the target language. The target language accurately conveys the same meaning it had in the source language, and the target language reads naturally. Be sure to view the translation guideline lessons on Clear and Accurate for more information. This is an illustration of the translation process. The translator examines the new translation and compares it with the original meaning of the message. In keeping the translation natural, understand the way your language works and test your translation to see if it reads naturally. Identify words that point to one another to form a clause or sentence. Generally, each verb or action word has words on either side of it that point back to or forward to the action of the verb. A grouping of words that can stand on its own may be written as an independent clause or a simple sentence. If necessary, create shorter sentences from these groupings. The Greek language often has long, grammatically complicated sentences. The RSV follows the Greek structure closely and keeps these long sentences in the English translation. When preparing to translate, it is often helpful to rewrite the passage, breaking down long sentences into shorter sentences. This can help you see the meaning more clearly. In many languages, it is good style to have shorter sentences, or, when sentences are longer, to avoid having complicated sentences. So, in re-expressing the meaning in the target language, it is sometimes necessary to break up some of the original long sentences into several shorter sentences. This will give readers a better understanding, since many languages are characterized by sentences with only one or two clause groupings. Shorter sentences can therefore give a sense of naturalness. Be sure to include clear connection words between clauses and sentences. Ask yourself the following questions. Have you effectively used your punctuation to help a reader know when to breathe? What about direct speech? Are you separating paragraphs? Have you followed the verse numbering of your translation resources? These points are important in keeping a translation natural. Remember, use language forms that are effective and that reflect the way your language is used in corresponding contexts. This ends this lesson on natural translations. Be sure to view the other lessons on translation guidelines.